Welcome back, and it's time to answer your portfolio queries. And I have with me Shweta Jain of Investography to help you with all your portfolio details. Shweta, hi, good evening, and welcome to the show. And we have a lot of questions coming up, especially for you. So let's begin with this one. And okay, I do not have the name of the viewer. Okay, so the viewer says that he has built a portfolio for his sister, and the funds that he's accumulated are HDFC Flexi Cap 40,000, Kotak Mid Cap 10,000, Motilal Oswal Mid Cap 10,000, Bandhan Small Cap, Invesco Small Cap, and Goldbees Nippon India 10,000. Lump sum in Motilal Oswal Micro Cap 5 lakhs. It's one time in staggered manner. And the viewer is 43 years old, investing for 15 years, and he wants you to review his portfolio and how much corpus is expected to accumulate in 15 years with this kind of an investment. All right, Shweta. So the fund choices, too aggressive?
Yeah, I think for a first-time investor, it looks quite aggressive. There's a lot of it in small and micro cap for now. I think the portfolio, as it grows, if he's going to be okay with the volatility, I won't recommend changes. But if he's not going to be okay with volatility, I think we might need to add on more to large cap than the mid and small cap. At the end of 15 years, if we estimate about 12% per annum, 4.75 crores is what he can look at accumulating. I think that's a great start for him. He could also keep doing top ups as and when required.
All right, so he needs to do a top up, and the top up needs to be done in this portfolio only, in these funds only, or he can add a new fund.
I think he could add a nice passive fund. He could add a UTI Nifty 50 or a DSP Nifty 50. I would be much more comfortable with that in the initial stages than the mid and small cap that he's trying to add on now.
One question I had on the micro cap fund, don't you think it's too aggressive and too risky? It's just a one-time investment of 5 lakh, and I'm assuming that he's planning to stay put in it for more than 5 years. But if that is not the case, Shweta, what will be the riskometer out here for this particular investment?
This investment is very, very high on risk at the moment. So that's why I said, it's very volatile. And investors, especially in the beginning, just look at past returns or look at, some excitement in their portfolio. Or I've heard stories from other investors and have started this, but they don't see how it's relevant to them. In his portfolio, I like Flexi the best because that's the one scheme that is going to be a little more stable than the others. But I would recommend a much larger part in large cap funds, whether it's passive, active, whatever he would like, even focused large cap funds for that matter. But this portfolio is extremely aggressive.
All right, let's take Sumanta Das' question, and he says that he's got ICICI large cap, SBI large and mid cap, SBI Contra, Kotak multi cap, Tata small cap, Invesco small cap, a goal of 3.5 lakhs in 5 years. I think there's a mistake out here. He must be wanting 3.5 CR and 1.75 in 17 years. So he wants to know the fund mix, is it good for him? And 26 years old, and he also wants to know if it's good to switch to SBI large and mid cap.
Yeah, so I worked on that 3.5 lakhs only because I saw the SIP amounts much smaller in each scheme. If he needs to do 3.5 lakhs in 5 years, he can do this at 5,000 per month. 25,000 per month is what is needed for 1.75 crore in 17 years is what the numbers should be. And I think he is getting there, not right on track at the moment, but he should get there soon as he gives it some bit of an increase. He doesn't need to really make any switches as such, but he does have a small cap duration needs to be much longer. The 5,000 that I mentioned in the closer goal needs to be ideally a little bit in hybrid, and as time gets closer he would need to go to a hybrid conservative or debt schemes as well. At the moment though, the portfolio looks fine.
All right, at the moment the portfolio looks fine, and if there's any change in the corpus that you need, Sumanta, I request you to write us back again and we will help you with that. Satish Melapat's question we'll take. This is from Bengaluru, and he wants you to review his portfolio, want to build a corpus of 5 CR in 8 to 10 years. HDFC LSS Tax Saver Direct 20,000, ABSL Liquid Fund 15,000 monthly, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap, he's investing 30,000 monthly. So, okay, so with this kind of an investment, he wants to accumulate 5 CR. I'm assuming that he is old tax regime tax saver, so which is why HDFC LSS he might want to invest in. But then any other scheme other than that, and also he needs to really diversify. As in ABSL liquid fund is good if emergency fund is the goal. But having said that, he still has time on in hand in his hands. 5 CR is a larger target, more investment amount needed, and also more funds to give the benefit of equity. Shweta.
Yeah, so he would need to increase his SIPs much more. It's about 2.5 lakhs per month is what he would need to invest to get to his goal. 20,000 per month in HDFC LSS is absolutely fine. Parag Parikh is fine. But he would need to increase the equity exposure. The ABSL liquid fund could instead go to a DSP Nifty 50 or a UTI Nifty 50. He could also explore mid cap if he has been investing for a while. He could explore mid cap. If not, large and mid cap is something that he could explore as well. But the scheme amounts need to be similar to, say, 20,000, 30,000. He can't have, say, 5,000 and 7,000 SIP. The portfolio will be very skewed then. In this case also, he's not doing a flexi cap. Parag Parikh is a long-term equity fund. So actually, he's not getting that much tax benefit what he might be thinking, because in the year he will get 1.5 lakhs as a category, not each scheme as well. So I think that's something that he should keep in mind, that he has a 3-year lock-in in these schemes, irrespective of whether he gets the tax benefit or not.
All right. Also, one thing I wanted to know, just large caps. The focus should be on large caps, or he can have some large and mid cap also in his portfolio. Although Parag Parikh is a flexi cap scheme, but largely biased towards large cap itself. So, anything towards mid and small cap, the concentration should increase. What do you say?
He could really depends on how much he can invest and what when he has started investing. If he just started investing, say this particular month, I would say wait for 2-3 months and then he could add on to the mid cap exposure. He could very safely start off with a much more diversified, say, mid cap fund. Than a concentrated fund like, say, Motilal Oswal, right? So that could be maybe added a little bit later. He could start off with ICICI large and mid cap as well. He could start off with HDFC mid cap, much more diversified schemes.
Let's move on. Let's take Chetan Gowda's question from JP Nagar, Bangalore, and very interesting. He wants to know if he should invest in NFOs. So, yeah, that's, we do need a lot of other details about Chetan as well, but then we don't have those details. Okay, why should one consider investing in an NFO, Shweta?
So NFOs, investors really like this because it comes at the NAV of 10. But one should only invest in NFOs if it is adding something new to a category, if it's adding something new to their portfolio, not necessarily just because something is available at 10 today, right? So for example, if a new fund house is launched or a new category of scheme is launched, it's worth considering. But if, say, it's a large cap scheme, you have already schemes that have proven track record, that have fantastic performance, that have good fund management stable already, then you don't really need to do an NFO for say NAV is 100 versus say NAV is 10. You don't need to do an NFO for that reason. But if it's adding something new to your portfolio, say something in gold has come, or something, a new style of management has come, then that's interesting and could be explored, but not more than, say, 5 to 7% of your portfolio, because you don't want to put that at a risk.
Interesting. Let's take Navjeevan's question. This is from Punjab, Ambala, and he's new to investments. He says mutual funds. 35 years old, wants money for his daughter's higher studies, and in 10 years he needs 50 lakhs and wants to renovate his house in 3 years' time. Needs 15 lakhs for that, and he can invest 40,000 and lump sum 4 lakhs. He wants your guidance on both of his goals.
Yeah, so for 3 years, better to stick to safer funds, um, like debt or even say conservative hybrid, I would say. So 40K per month is what he would need there. Excuse me, 25,000 per month for 10 years is what he needs to get to 50 lakhs. He will need to prioritize either of his goals or cut down on the goal or increase SIP. The lump sum can go to a hybrid conservative, like I mentioned, if that's the priority. Then Kotak equity savings is something that he could look at for 3 years. The SIP can be as below ICICI bond fund, the DSP Nifty 50 and PPFS FlexiCap, with ICICI bond taking the majority of the SIP amount if the priority is the closer goal. If not, then he could look at, say, adding a mid cap funds or even small cap funds, maybe a couple of months down the line.
Would you recommend him to take a personal loan for his house renovation, whatever the amount is? If he's short of that amount, 15 lakhs is what he needs, because daughter's education as well is a very important financial goal for parents. So, what would you recommend?
He could take a home loan itself for home renovation, depending on what the how debt free the home is actually. He could take a loan against it for renovation. Also shows, because see, he's estimated it at 15 lakhs. It could be much higher. So his EMI paying capacity is not something that we know. So I'm not really 100% confident on doing that. So that's why I said he needs to prioritize his goals. Maybe the home renovation could be cut down to and brought it down to say 10 lakhs. These are things that we need to have like a conversation with him, understand, show him the working, saying, this is what you'll compromise on when it comes to your daughter's education. So would you be comfortable with that? So I think that's something that they should look at.
All right. With that, it gets us to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Shweta, for being on the show and helping our viewers with the financial portfolio queries. And for all our viewers, if in case you want to send across your queries, do that on our WhatsApp number that's flashing on the screen. And you can also email us your queries and send us all the existing details of your investments, and we shall guide you in achieving your financial goals. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.